2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, really looking forward to some exciting play from our featured group today. This player has hinted at a rivalry with their playing partner this week.
Well, Henny, quite a challenge that this player has set for themselves. We've seen them beat many of their rivals this season, but there are not many people that can go up against the great Tiger Woods and succeed. History's told us that.
Oh, well, they certainly do not lack in confidence. This is going to be a very entertaining group to follow indeed.
I'm jumping around in my seat, and I can also see Rich Beam doing exactly the same. He managed this feat back in 2002 when he won the PGA at Hazeltine over the great Tiger Woods.
Oh, please, Luke, don't mention that. Once we get Rich on his high horse, there's no getting him down again. Although he has shown that it can be done. Tiger Woods can be beaten. However, it is such a tall order. I know that this player has beaten all of these incredible roster of players in all these rivalries so far, but come on, this is Tiger Woods. Can it really be done today?
Well, that's the question we're going to get answered, aren't we? Very few people have ever laid claim to beating Tiger head-to-head. Good luck in your rivalry. You're going to need it.
Oh, that was such a good stroke.
Oh, well played.
Making birdie in the first always puts you in a good frame of mood. It'll be fun to watch the round progress.
Currently 1 under for the tournament. Rich, if you missed a birdie opportunity at the first, you've certainly got one here at the second.
Yeah, it's par 5. It's pretty much just straight away. You got to avoid those bunkers down the left-hand side. For those players laying up, you got to lay it up shy of the big bunker down the right-hand side. This green sits ever so slightly above the fairway, and again, they're just not that big of targets. It really is a cool golf course designed by Pete Dye. That dog will hunt.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Come on, get a good bounce to the left. Well, it looks like they tried to be bold there, Rich, but it didn't quite work out for them. Why don't we catch up with our man in the hot seat, Tiger Woods?
He's 1 stroke behind his rival in this event.
That'll help your scorecard. Well hold.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. Oh, that celebration, that's a little spicy. I don't know if these two are going to be talking now.
Ooh, that almost went down. An opportunity for a birdie here.
Looking good so far.
Oh, that had eyes for it. Lovely shot.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Currently a couple under for the round.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The third hole is a long par 3 measuring 230 yards.
Be careful of the wind here. You can't always feel it, as those trees on the left sometimes block it out. Missing it right is an obvious no-no, but missing it left is no guaranteed of an up and down either. The green slopes away pretty severely over there.
And he's safely on the green with that shot.
Slim chance here for birdie, but you never know.
And you hold it. What a monster.
That hole looks double the size for this player this week.
Oh, that was a touch of class. Wouldn't mind seeing that again.
What an amazing putt from way out.
He's currently tied for second.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
TPC Louisiana might be known as a birdie fest. However, you're going to find plenty of challenges, including the par 4 fourth.
How can bunkers that are so minuscule be so agonizing? That's exactly what these are down the left-hand side of the fourth hole. You avoid those, and you get a good look at the green for your second shot that gently works away from the player.
That's nicely done. A few shots under par at the moment. Currently tied for second. This one could take a little bounce to the left. A sensational shot and a chance for a birdie here on the fourth. Now heading over to Tiger Woods.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Go in. Well, what a lovely putt to make.
Oh, they were just feeling this from the get-go. That is how you do it. Phenomenal stuff. What a putt.
A birdie putt awaits. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? And this putt coming up for his par. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. Rich, the fifth is a shortish par 4 by today's standards, but still enough there to mess with your ball.
Players want to move the tee shot from right to left on this hole because there's some trees on the tee box that'll kind of force you that direction, so driver may not be the play. The second shot, however, that's where it gets interesting. This green absolutely belongs in a skate park. This has more humps and bumps and wobbles in it. It is a very cool design.
That's a good-looking shot there. Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game and again, to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport, and all of a sudden he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you know, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And, you know, everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back going, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
Yeah, that one will play. Why don't we catch up with what Tiger Woods is up to?
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
He's got this thing dialed in here.
Oh, that's incredible. It's in the hole.
And look out, guys. This rivalry looks like it's going to get pretty interesting today as he's making up some ground on his playing partner.
Lining up from around 160 yards. Just 3 back from the leader. Opting for the 9-iron. See if he can get that one to come back to the left a little. Yeah, well played. Well, good chance to take it even deeper here. This putt's for 4 under.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie. This is tracking right into the front of this cup.
And that's their 4th birdie of the day. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. The 7th provides a great opportunity if you can get a good driveway. This par 5's a lovely hole.
There are 2 menacing bunkers on this hole. The far one, the one right in the middle of the fairway, it looks like a zit from the back tee box. That is not the place to be.
Second shot here on the 7th. Opting for the hybrid, I think. This one needs to kick left. And this player's really going after it here, Rich.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
Putting for an eagle.
This one's tracking.
And down it goes for an eagle. And that will take him to 6 under. And as the scorecard suggests, heading up the leaderboard. The 8th is a short par 4, Rich, and modern players are starting to try to drive this green.
They are, although I don't quite see it that way. It's such an easy second shot if you just lay it up short of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side. You're not going to have much more than a flip sand wedge, gap wedge maybe, to a green that once again has a lot of movement to it.
Yep, give yourself a pat on the back. Sitting at -6. Currently tied atop the leaderboard. Nicely done. Oh, these are good for the momentum, these ones. Right on 8 feet.
Yep, tracking nicely.
And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 7 under. Why don't we catch up with our man in the hot seat, Tiger Woods?
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Yeah, you like the look of that right off the blade.
He's just asked his caddy to go get that and march to the next tee.
Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. The front 9 finishes in a unique style, a par 3 of 210 yards length.
This is actually a par 3 on the card, but most players look at it as a par 4 because there is nothing simple about this hole. If you bail out to the right, you're going to fall off into a low area where it's nearly impossible to chip it up close without taking a risk. So most players are just resigned to making 4 and moving on.
Now that looked pretty good the whole way.
Would need something special to happen to get the birdie here.
Oh, just missed. That's disappointing. It's just about 3 feet away.
This is what they have left for par.
Now heading over to Tiger Woods.
He's feeling good, just birdied the last hole.
Going with the 3-iron. Left yourself an opportunity. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Oh, this is a precarious position, if you don't mind me saying, Rich. They have the lead, but there's plenty chasing with just 9 to play.
Yeah, no time to start thinking about that lead, Luke. They got to keep their head down and keep going forward. Cannot think about that lead or people will pass them.
Oh, well struck. This drive's heading for the fairway in my eyes. Sitting at -7. Outright first here. Well struck. 8 feet to the cup. Oh, what a stroke. And that will drop in for a birdie. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. The par 5 11th, very gettable if, Rich, you can avoid that monster tree about 100 yards out.
Exactly. Tee shots, once again, you're threading it between a couple of bunkers, but the second shot, there's a tree about 75 yards short of this green, and you've got to figure out a way around it. Do you draw it around it? Do you hit a fade around it? What do you do? No easy task for any of these players. The green sits above the player just a little bit, and again, has a lot of movement on it.
It's a chance for a good shot here from the fairway bunker. And here we are with the third shot. He leads the field by a stroke. Time now for the fourth shot. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This one's 13 feet from the cup. This is huge for momentum. Gotta try and hold this. This for par.
This one's dialed in and gets that putt to drop. Gutsy effort.
Nicely done. Well fought hole right there. Bunkered off the tee, but makes that nice par save.
And this putt to move into the top 10. That was a gallant attempt. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Well, the 12th is certainly one of the stronger holes on the back nine. This par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
You want to try and hug the left-hand side as best you can to shorten up the hole as much as you can, but still avoid that bunker if at all possible. Second shot, the green up there sits a little bit caddy cornered to the players, so working the golf ball in there for left to right for your second shot would be the play.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
Can they get a little ground draw here? Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. Why don't we catch up with what Tiger Woods is up to?
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, that was silky smooth out of the sand. Good shot. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
This one looking really good.
That's a big time putt, that one. And their rival knows it too. They heard the cheers. Now 2 shots up after that one. Rich, the 13th is a short par 4, but a really good one, depending on how much you want to take off.
There's really no real reason to go right at the green, Luke, with a tee shot, even if you have the power to get there, because you just can't stop it on the green. If anything, you want to hit it out to the right, where your next shot is going straight up the green. This is a very flat green, but is perched well above the fairway. It's a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Rich, obviously, and we've joked about it a fair bit in this game, that you've been one of the rare players to take Tiger Woods down in his prime. But what was it like to play in the Tiger era, and just how dominant he was?
It was simply amazing. You knew that each and every week that he showed up to a tournament, you better have your game ready to go, because you assumed that he was going to be firing at all cylinders. Because even when he wasn't, his game was still good enough to beat most everybody in those fields. You wanted him there because you always want to test yourself against the best. However, if you weren't playing very well, you're kind of fearful teeing it up, because you just knew that your best at that moment in time wasn't nearly going to be good enough to beat Tiger, no matter what he brought to the table. He made each and every player look at their game in a different way and try and dissect it in order to weed out anything that didn't really need to be worked on, and got them more specific in the areas that they weren't good at, their deficient areas, whether it's the short game, the driver, the iron play, whatever it is. But Tiger really made you take a long, hard look at your game and figure out where it's at, because you knew that you had to be at your best to beat him.
That's almost a gimme. Great chip.
Oh, Dr. Chipinski strikes again.
Why don't we catch up with our man in the hot seat, Tiger Woods?
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. The 15th is certainly no cakewalk either. A par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
This is the time where you need to have the best drive of the day. Take it out to the right, avoid the bunkers down the left-hand side. And the green, once again, it's got some movement into high spot in the front, a low area, and then a high area in the back. When the pin's all the way back, good luck making 4.
Attaboy, good shot. And this shot from about 150 yards out. He's got a 2-stroke buffer. Yep, that shot safely on the green.
Outside chance for birdie here, Luke.
This putt to get to 10 under par.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Shame it didn't drop. Putting for a par now. A well holed. Now an impressive 9 under par with just a few holes remaining.
And anything can happen down the stretch. Let's see what takes place.
Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader. Woo-wee. They show movies on flights shorter than that. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
This is looking solid, what they wanted.
Now heading over to Tiger Woods.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And this putt to move into the top 5. Oh, that's frustrating. And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
If you want to win at TPC Louisiana, you've got to hit a couple of very important shots late. The tee shot here at 17, Rich, is one of them.
A tee shot that no player likes to face. Water all the way down the left-hand side. The bailout zone out to the right falls away from the green. No fun whatsoever.
Oh, stop it. What a shot. This putt is about 8 feet.
Looking for another birdie here.
It's got a chance. And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
Why don't we catch up with what Tiger Woods is up to?
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Oh, this looks pure. Yes, they've made it. And that will take him to 2 under. Our leader is up by 4 shots now. The closing hole at TPC Louisiana has water all the way down the right, Rich, but that's not its only issue.
Bailing out to the left, you'll find some menacing bunkers that you want no part of. However, if you find the fairway, going for it in 2 will be very tempting.
Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader. Wow. There's a lot of power in that one. Bombed. Opting for the 5-wood. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
Using the big muscles to get it home in 2 there.
And this is why they put in hours and hours of practice. A putt to win it all. Get in the hole. Rich, it's time you and I went down to Bourbon Street because we've just crowned our Zurich Classic in New Orleans champion.
This player taking a big bite out of the Big Easy with this win at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans.
Rich, you know what it takes to win out here on this tour. How impressed were you with that performance, particularly on that closing night?
Impressive, there's no doubt about it. Now, they didn't do it with the flair like I used to do it with, but they got the job done at the end of the week, which was nice. Good for them. Hats off. Job well done. Golf clap.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Bean, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.